What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Just Zugal back again, and welcome to another edition of Cinemania Fright Nights. Now, today's movie is going to be Friday the 13th. Yes, the version from 2009, simply because I don't have any of the other movies, but I was actually quite surprised by this. So let's just get right into the review. First, I'll give you the plot summary, of course. College kids seeking a weekend of kicks have made a horrible mistake. Don't they all? They've come to party at eerie Crystal Lake, the deadly domain of machete-mad killer Jason Voorhees. This movie really threw me a curveball because at the beginning, you see a group of kids go to Crystal Lake. I thought, okay, that's going to be the group of kids that are going to be, the focus of the movie. And that wasn't the case, because at first I kind of got an idea that was the case when, one by one, Jason started killing them off, and I thought, this is happening way too fast. I mean, he's not going to be chasing around this one girl for the next hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes roughly. But you cut to a new set of characters that are introduced. And it turns out one of the girls that was in the introduction of the movie, that is the sister of one of the new characters. And, you have your typical group of college douchebags that are coming up for the weekend. And then you also have this guy who's looking for his sister. They get intermingled because the one girl that's with the group kind of, invites him in and all this and that. But, as per usual, there's not really a deep story to this. I mean, the big focus of it is the big guy with the giant machete. I mean, it is what it is. But for story-wise, it wasn't too bad. It was okay. I mean, it was certainly a lot better than the last few Friday the 13th movies. I mean, specifically, what was it? Jason Takes Manhattan. I mean, that was just so ridiculous. But, I did find a bunch of positives and a few negative things about this film. So let me just go through it. The intro was really great and really set the tone. I mean, it was perfect. I mean, I was completely thrown off. You have all the kids being killed, and then just as he goes at the last one, then you have Friday the 13th come up, and I thought, okay, credits, that was a short 15-minute movie. But no, that was just the beginning. And it really was done well. As per usual, most of the soon-to-be victims are complete assholes, which, yes, they were. Don't you just love horror movies like that? I find it funny that the black guy constantly brings up racism on occasion, but when it's time, for him to go out alone, when he knows there's a killer outside, he doesn't bring up, some kind of joke like, oh, of course, black guy's going outside, he's gonna die. Nothing like that is even mentioned, which I thought they kind of dropped the ball with that. Jason is apparently a hoarder, as you will see. I thought that was kind of weird. I mean, it was interesting because you think, what does he do with all these people's stuff? Like, when he kills them in the other movies, it never crossed my mind. But here, after seeing it, I'm thinking, that's actually a good point. Like, what happened to all that stuff when he killed people? You would assume he'd take it, but that also goes into one of my other points. I like that Jason was more of a survivalist. He used things like bear traps, a bow, etc. Which, when you think about it, at a summer camp, that kind of stuff would be readily available, so why wouldn't he use it? I mean, it kind of made more sense to me, but it was kind of cool. It was interesting that Jason made a tunnel system under the camp, and that added a lot more intrigue to it, because you had all these different tunnels. You didn't know where he could pop out, you didn't know where they led. It was an interesting addition. That's what I'll say. It also made for some great chase scenes. The setting was really great. I think they did an outstanding job with Camp Crystal Lake here. It looked abandoned, decrepit. I mean, I really have to do more research into this. I don't know if they found an old abandoned, camp and just used that, or whether they purposely built this out of like rotted wood and all that. But it was really done very well. At first I thought it was weird that Jason kept the girl alive, but since she reminded him of his mother, it kind of made sense, which even in the setup, in the introduction, you have that guy and the girl going through the cabin, and they find that locket that Jason's mother had. And he even mentions, hey, it kind of looks like you. So that made more sense as it went along. Now for the negatives, which both of these, I mean, it is what it is. Bad acting, but what do you expect? It's a Friday the 13th movie. Except for the guy who played Clay. He was actually pretty good. Bad dialogue, but, what do you expect? I mean, just reference that one sex scene. Just the things that guy said made him look like a complete total moron. Yeah, overall I felt this was a good reimagining. It told its story, and it was entertaining. I mean, that's all you can really ever ask for from something like this. It didn't change the character's backstory. I mean, it kept it to what its core was. It didn't, do anything different. This is essentially another Friday the 13th movie, which is all I really wanted. Most importantly, unlike the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, this was fun. That's the one thing I hated about the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. I really couldn't get into it because it just wasn't fun. I didn't care about it that much, and just really wasn't interesting. Also, like I said before, they didn't drastically change the character's backstory, like making Freddy a pedophile. Why they did that, I don't know. I think child murder fit a lot better. I mean, Springwood Slasher has kind of ring to it. But here, they kept just to the core backstory of Jason. So, there you have it. There is my review of Friday the 13th from 2009. I will see you guys tomorrow with the next video.